Anybody out there dealing with stress, dealing with burnout? Yeah, you're not alone. Hey, everybody, this is Desmond Antonio Blackburn, aka Coach Desmond. On that, I'm the author of the book How to Fight the Devil as Your Life Coach, and also my recent publication ebook called I Hate Sales: The Introvert's Guide to Effective Selling. For a lot of years, some of you guys have been watching me on Facebook Live for a lot of years, and now we're making this transition and getting more and more popular. So um, I'm excited to be seeing and hopefully get a chance to serve you. So let's get to the nitty gritty. I mentioned earlier, how do we go ahead and deal with stress? And guys, you've been hearing a lot of stuff here. Hopefully, I'm giving you guys a fresh perspective today on that. And I want to particularly talk to you, first responders, teachers, nurses. Thank you for your service. But a lot of you guys are, and this is for anybody who is experiencing a tremendous amount of stress, both on their job and at home, or probably combination of both. Want to go ahead and give you some tools today. Is that okay? Can I coach you? All right, wonderful. Let's go ahead and get started. So number one, it's always amazing when people start talking about dealing with stress. Everybody expects it going on here. In fact, everybody talks about it, but I'm always amazed at how little we do to prepare for it. One of the big problems I'm seeing is that, first of all, people don't expect. Matter of fact, people are got this Pollyanna attitude, or they're trying to get to this place called stress free. Stop. It's a lie. The only time that we'll ever be stress free is when we're dead. Think about that. And right now, that's not the ideal position. Okay, so if being stress free is not a goal, then what should I be doing? Well, here's the reality. First of all stress is not bad. That it's how you're interpreting it is that's the problem. The second problem that we're having is that we're not being intentional by taking it seriously. You know, it's always amazing. If you know you have guests coming to your home, what do? Well, most of you guys who have sense, you'll get the house ready. If you had somebody that was really important to you, a hot date, a dignitary, somebody of importance, your uncle, your grandma, whatever, and they were coming to your home and you found out they were coming to your home, you will do things to prepare ahead of time. But it's interesting that we don't do that when it comes to stress. Stress is that something when it comes to preparing, a lot of us are thinking in lines of, well, what I need are more days off, or well, I need to go ahead and get a big vacation. Yeah, that will go ahead and deal with it. And yeah, those things do help, but they're band-aids and they're not sustainable. So we're going to go ahead and give you a tactic and strategy specific today that I believe that you're going to be able to do each and every day that is sustainable. You ready for it? I hope you are. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Please understand that when you're dealing with when it comes to dealing with stress on a daily basis, on that the reason why you're having such a hard time doing it is because you're malnourished. I want to get right down to the point of this. On that, this is a nourishment problem. That's what talking about nourishment problem. I eat every day, and I'm a vegan. I'm a whatever. That's not what we're talking about. You are four parts: spirit, soul, mind, body. And all of those need to go ahead and eat every day, and they all need to wait for it. Eat at the same time. Yes. Now we're cooking with gas. Des, you got me intrigued. Okay, I hope I do. All right, so let's get started off. You need to have your morning ritual to do what? So that you're able to go into the day fully charged. You know, a lot of us will look at our phones right now and we'll know that our phones are ready for the day because we love it. Then when we got a chance to remember finally to go ahead and plug it in, to go ahead and do what? Make sure it's charged. So by the time we unplug it, step out the door, we're good to go. We can take all the calls and emails and don't worry about losing power. But we're not thinking about that regarding ourselves. Now, some of you guys think you're doing pretty good. What do I mean by that? Some of you guys may have a morning ritual. You're in prayer. Wonderful. As a matter of fact, you and God, you got your meditation time, your thankfulness time, your matter of fact, gratitude time. Wonderful on that. Some of you guys say, hey, you are workout fiends, and every time you get up, you got your 5 a.m. ritual and you are good to go. Others, you guys have both. You guys prayer and workout in the mornings. But guess what? What if I told you that you're only 50% full? Wow. You thought you were doing good. Not quite. Remember, all four centers need to be nourished before you go out that door. So, Des, how do I do that? It's very simple. All I need you to do are two things. Go to bed 1 hour late, 1 hour earlier, and get up 1 hour earlier. Okay? Now, so what's happening at 5 a.m.? I tell you what's happening in my house. No one's up. It's quiet. You can actually think. No buzzing. No one's texting you. There's nothing going on. TV's going on. Even outside is quiet. You'll love that time going on here. And at 5 a.m., here's what I'm asking you to do intentionally. I want you to go ahead and basically spend 15 minutes on each of these. Matter of fact, 15 minutes feeding on each segment. So let's get started. 15 minutes in prayer on that. I'm a Christian, so I enjoy my time in word and prayer. I love the relationship. So matter of fact, it can take many different forms: prayer, worship, praise, silent meditation, whatever situation. But what's happening to my spirit? It's getting built up. It's eating. Okay, it's getting nourished from my time building up my spirit. Think about this like the four levels that you see in the upper right hand corner of your smartphone. You see that battery indicator. So now that I've now got that charged up in the spirit, 25% completed. But we're not done eating. Let's keep it going. So now that I got my 15 minutes, and by the way, guys, sometimes it's a little bit easier to go ahead and set a little timer so you don't, if you're one of those individuals who are strapped for time and you want to make sure you're doing this, put the little timer, a little bit of a hack there for you. Okay, now, 15 minutes done in the spirit, you're going, you're good. Now, next one, soul. Now, the soul basically now is your personality. It's what makes you you. How can I go ahead and best nourish that? Now we can go into a long thing about that, and if you want coaching on that, more than happy to help you. But let me help you right now. All right. So what are we doing in regards to the soul? Well, the best way to go ahead and start eating there is, who's your favorite motivational speaker? Now, when you start thinking about those motivational speakers, probably some names come to mind immediately. Tony Robbins, some people may say Jim Rohn on that, and also Brene Brown, and also some people may say T.D. Jakes, Sarah Jakes Roberts, and also there's a ton of them out there. They're phenomenal. Some people may even say me. Thank you on that. But whoever that is who speaks to you, every time you hear them, they energize you. They come up with great ideas. They're speaking a level of positivity that you always seem to leave inspired and ready to go ahead and rush through that wall. Whoever that is, I want you to spend 15 minutes meditating on them, their great ideas about who you are, how you can go ahead and get better, how you can become lighter, stronger, faster, all those things. 15 minutes, 50% completed. But we're not done yet. Now the next 15 minutes, I want you to go ahead and do what? Stimulate your mind. Yeah, 15 minutes. Now, I personally am learning Spanish. Yo aprendo español en la mañana. How did I do? Okay. So I just said I'm learning Spanish in the morning and all stuff. So this is what I'm doing. It's part of my heritage. I've always wanted to be fluent on that. My family's from Panama. So, hey, want to go ahead and do that. That stimulates my mind. So 15 minutes of that. 75% completed. Not done yet. Last one is, let's get physical. Physical. This is what happens on all stuff. You're going to go and get physical. Now, before you start rolling your eyes, guys, this is huge. And also, this is probably the biggest capstone outside of prayer to you getting fully charged to start the day. When you're now basically doing it, listen, guys, I'm not a physical trainer. And also, all I need you to do is 15 minutes. Choose whatever you want to do. Okay, go old school PE if you want to. All right, but where we're trying to go ahead and get to is whatever exercise you're going to go ahead and do, whether you're going up and down the stairs in your apartment complex. On that, maybe if your apartment is about the size of a cell phone, you're doing some quick burpees, matter of fact, sit-ups, push-ups. Maybe it's you going around the block. Whatever it is, I only want you to do is for 15 minutes, and you get to a place where you're doing what? What's happening when you're breathing like that? Oxygenated blood, baby. The soft muscle tissue right now around those, matter of fact, those blood vessels are now expanding. Now blood is rushing to what? The prefrontal cortex of your brain. What's housed here? Oh, I don't know. Something called reason, creativity, patience. Talking to you parents, you're going to need a lot of that. You're going to start the day with those things that basically help you to be what? The best version of yourself. You're thinking clearly. Why? Because you're nourishing the place that needs it the most. The patience, the creativity, all those things you need are now basically being awash with all of that beautiful oxygenated blood that's happening because you did what? Get physical. Not to mention that if you're doing this every day, you're going to start looking in the mirror and saying, oh, hello. So, this is what you're doing every single morning. And what I love about this is that if you really, this is a little bit of a hack, just to go ahead and make sure that we're putting the icing on the top of this cake here. I need you guys to go ahead and understand what's happening. You're doing all of this before you've now done what? What, matter of fact, picked up and looked at an email, turn on your favorite morning news. You're doing all of this before you got, matter of fact, radio. You've gotten all this before you now tapped into the world, which is doing what? Trying to go ahead and get you to what? React. This is the reason why this is so important. The world, when people's habits right now is to get up and to get on that cell phone and to let the world do what? Pour into them. And guess what? It's always negative. And it turns you into a reactor. And what you don't know immediately, that when that happens, they're draining. They're pulling from you, and you haven't even been nourished yet. They're now pouring into fear, doubt, unbelief. And you're starting the day on top of that, filled with that junk food, and then you have no nourishment. Isn't it any wonder why you're not able to go ahead and basically be the best version? Isn't it any wonder why you're in a foul mood at 8:30 in the morning? You just got up. How are you exhausted getting up just that morning? How are you already spent? Guys, if you're looking right now to be the best version of yourself, to be the impact that you've always desired, your morning ritual is going to not only help you manage stress, but it's going to help you to basically now to go ahead and now start the day proactive instead of you being reactive. Hey everybody, this has been Coach Desmond over with CoachDesmond.com. Was this helpful? I hope it was. If you like what you heard here today, hey, don't be selfish. Pay this forward and share it with at least 2 to 3 people today. 2 to 3 people today. There are some folks that you out there who know are stressed out. This is the video for them. Also, love to go ahead and get your comments on what you thought about today's instruction. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I'm looking forward to working with you. If you want more information about what you're talking about here, if you're saying, says, Des, I've been looking for a coach, kind of like what's going on here, I want to learn more about that, please go to CoachDesmond.com and we'll go ahead and get you a free, yes, I said free, coaching session to go ahead and get you started. Okay. Oh, guys, until next time, you guys take care. God bless you. And don't forget, be great and stay clear.